I hear the fluttering of tiny wings. A beautiful bird hovers above. Vibrant colours mark its feathers. A long beak sips at flowers' nectar. And just like that, almost as though magic, he disappears in the blink of an eye. Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today's video is in collaboration with Maria over at Artsy Cupcake. On her channel you'll find a whole range of videos. You've got some DIYs, she also does room makeovers, Dollar Tree things, as well as food and lovely cupcakes. So make sure to check her channel out. I will leave the link to her channel and her video in the description box. Okay, so to start off with, you're going to need a piece of bark. I've got this from the park and I did use this for a previous project. You can see some of the snow on there. This was for a Christmas DIY. You're also going to need this. Now this is again something from a previous DIY. I used a wicker basket like this, so it's just basically the handle. And I thought that this will come in handy now, and it's going to be perfect for this project. So I do have one end here that's higher than the other, so I've got another twig here, and it is a different colour, but hopefully that won't be seen because we're going to be covering it up with some moss. So I'm going to try to cut it and fit it to size so that it matches this side here, and I'm just going to glue that with some hot glue, and then we're going to stick it onto our bark here with some hot glue as well. I'm just going to reinforce that with some twine because it's having a little hard time with just the hot glue alone. Again, this will be covered, so I'm hoping it won't really be seen. Okay, so that's done now. I'm going to just center this on my bark and then hot glue it down. Okay, we're going to reinforce this again, and this time I'm going to use some rocks. So you're going to stick one either side, just to make sure it's nice and secure and it doesn't fall off. Okay, now we've got our structure done, we're going to cover all of this with some moss. So here is my moss part. I'm going to stick that down again with hot glue. Next, you're going to make use of an artificial plant. I've taken some leaves off. This is two different types, as you can see, and I'm just going to add in some more detail on our bark little log piece, and I'm going to stick these on using my hot glue again. Now I'm going to add some colour. I'm going to use these little miniature mushrooms. And now I'm going to add in a few flowers as well. I'm going to be using this. This was actually a headband, you know, one of those floral headbands, and I've just opened it up so that I can wind it around this whole area here. Okay, so I've just finished doing that. I've also wrapped around some fairy lights. This is just an option for you. I've got it at the back here so it can't be seen, but you can also slide it onto here. There is a gap. There you go, you can see it now. I'll just show you how it looks with the lights on. I think it looks really nice, but I don't know, I think it might take away from it here. So I might go without it, but this is just an option for you. Just wind it around. If you can get these ones that have wire around, you can see here. You get the LED lights and you can get different versions. I always like the wire ones because you can mold them to anything, like how I have done here. Just shape them and they fit perfectly. Okay, now we're done and I've showed you the option with the fairy lights. I also want to show you a few options what you can include in the middle. So I've got this fairy here. You can include a fairy. I've got a lying down fairy as well. There's that. And then I've got this cute fox. You can change these up as well for the seasons. Don't know if you'd like to stand, but yes, you will have to stick them down. But there's the fox. And then I've got this bunny here, and if I am using him, I'll get rid of this little one here because of course it takes it out of scale. But yeah, you can do this for spring, Easter times. And then I've got this. Not great quality, it was from Poundland. Oh, I don't know how his toes have been chipped, but there you go, that's just another option. And then I also have this, which I quite like if you're looking to make this maybe for like wedding centerpieces or something. How pretty is that? And with the fairy lights, I think that would work really well. Then if you're doing this for a child's nursery or room decor, even a baby shower centerpiece, you can have a unicorn on there. So I've just shown you a few options, but I'm actually going to go with something a little bit different. So I've got this from the thrift store, and I'm going to also use a beautiful hummingbird. And we're going to dangle him from the top there. So I'm actually going to make this look more magical. I'm taking these fairy lights and I'm going to hot glue it. They are waterproof. I'm going to hot glue it to the bottom here, and then I'm going to pour some water over it. I'll just switch that on so you can see what I mean. I just think that really makes it look so much more enchanted. Okay, I've got one last thing to do now, which is to hang my hummingbird. I'm going to remove this silver string here, and I'm going to replace it with a longer string, but also this clear string here, which is usually used for jewellery. So I'm just going to bring it closer so you can have a look at what I've done here. You're going to take your clear string, wrap it around your wicker handle here, make 2 knots just to make sure it's nice and secure. I did also use a little amount of hot glue, but you do have to be careful, it can sometimes just completely melt it. So you just got to make sure your hot glue isn't too hot, and there you go, look at how beautiful that is. And this is the finished project. Look at how magical it is. I'm so pleased with how it's come out. I really love sweet creations like this, and I love anything inspired by nature. I also love that you can change it up, like the centerpiece in the middle as I showed you before. So yeah, I know I'm not going to get bored with it either. Then you also have the option with the fairy lights, which looks nice when you've got your room light on, but it looks so cool when it's switched off. It just makes it look so mesmerizing. I also like how realistic and fun the hummingbird is. So if you give it a tap like this, it just flies around and it just looks so nice. Here I've just removed the water feature just to show you even the hummingbird alone looks beautiful as is. Anyhow, I hope that you have enjoyed watching. Let me know what you think of this project in the comments below, and I would absolutely love if you can share this video with others. Don't forget to check out my friend Maria. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, stay safe and well. And for those of you who love the cats, I've added in a bit of footage for you just as a bonus. So I hope that you enjoy. I brought this cat toy for them. It's a fish that wags its tail, and oh gosh, I had so many adverts for this. They know I love my cats, and they just showed so many awesome cat reactions to this toy that I just gave in and I bought it, but they didn't react awesomely, which is always a shame, especially when you see other cats like really appreciating the toy. So yeah, I told them that they're too spoiled. So here you can see Leo. This is pretty much just as much as he interacted with it. His sister just looked at it like, what am I going to do with that? But Leo actually did go after it for a bit. I think it's more because he got annoyed with it, really, because it was kind of slapping him in the face.